everyone. Welcome to Mr. Hooke and Miss Peterson's Back to School Night video. Please take a minute to email both of us with your student's name. Communication is the key to success. Our emails are there for you. Mine is Natalie Petersen at antiochschools.net and Mr. Hooke's is Timothy Hooke at antiochschools.net. Please make sure to ask your student for the math, science, and English history packets they were given today in class, and this will have all the information from our presentation today. Send us an email, please.
Now we'll talk about policies and procedures. So firstly, our school begins at 8:25 a.m. The students should be at school by 8:20, ready to be lined up so that we can start our day and be successful. It's important for our kids to be on time every single day. This is important for you to help them establish good habits. If your child is going to be absent, please call the office at 779-7420 or send a note when your child returns. The absent is unexcused if no phone call is made or a note is not sent in.
Parent-teacher communication is important to your child's success. Email is probably the quickest and most efficient way to communicate with us. If you haven't already, please send us an email right now. Emails are listed below. Aries, please create an account and you can look up daily homework, grades, and information. Every student was given a planner and we write in it every day. Voicemail, you can also call the office, follow the prompts, and leave a voicemail. But again, email is probably the quickest way.
Our dress code. Every student should have been given a dress code policy the first week of school. Please make sure that you review that. Students out of dress code will be asked to change into loaner clothes, or parents will need to bring something for them to wear. It's important that the kids are not wearing hats or hoods inside, especially with the masks. It makes it very difficult to see their face. There is no pajamas at school unless it was a special day. No undergarments should ever be showing, no bare midriffs, and no slides.
Textbooks and library books. Your child has actually received already their textbooks. Please help your child be responsible for these books all year long. Also, your child is responsible for all books he or she checks out from the library. English and history textbooks will stay in the classroom and your student will be responsible for bringing them home when they have a homework assignment from them or needs to study for a test.
Grades and homework via Aries. You can now use the Aries app to look up homework assignments and your child's grades. Homework is assigned approximately every day and updated on Aries at least a couple times a week for most of us. Every student should also have an Aries account. We will help the students set one up as soon as we get a list of the verification codes, hopefully sometime this week or the beginning of, we would have already done that. Sorry, we already have the verification codes at this point.
Water bottles. Water bottles are permitted in class. They may only be filled with water. If the water bottles create a distraction for students, they may be taken away. It is very important for our students to realize that they can't just leave class whenever they want to get water. So water bottles are very important, especially when it's hot and especially after PE.
Homework and classroom expectations. Please review the syllabus for homework expectations. The attached policy for classroom expectations is also important for you to review with your child.
So other parts of the classroom expectations is the parkway. Here at Park Middle School, we go by the Parkway. P is for positive, A is for ambitious, R is for respectful, K is for kind. You may even hear your students say that sometimes. There are many positive consequences that students may get. They may get Student of the Month, Spartan Bucks, homework passes, positive referrals, and positive notes calls home. Some consequences consequences will be given out depending on what it says in the parent handbook for progressive consequences. So students need to be successful in their studies. They need to arrive on time and bring required supplies and completed assignments. And if they don't do that, then a consequence will be handed down. Math and science grade. So here in your packets, you will also see that this is part of your syllabus, but I have chosen this policy because it focuses on the student's ability to master a set of skills rather than simply memorize facts that will be quickly forgotten. This will ensure a greater understanding of the material taught and provide a boost for future learning. The chart below shows the grading scales. So 10% the student's grade are based on a weighted format. 10% is homework and classwork. This will be listed in areas as an assignment. 90%, which is the bulk of their grade, will be tests, quizzes, and projects, which will be listed in areas as tests. Now, I know most parents are used to 4, 3, 2, 1, so there's a break. Do not give pluses or minuses. It's just a solid A, solid B, solid C for that whole percent. So because tests and projects are worth 90% of the student's grade, I give the students opportunities to improve this. So for math, students are allowed to retake tests every Thursday. We've already done one. We will have done 2 or 3 by the night of back to school night. There'll be 3 Thursdays. They are allowed to come after school. Okay. And the way this works is they come in, after they get a test back, they look at their test, they rework the problems, they ask any questions they may have, and then they come in Thursday after school, they tell me what test they need, and they retake it. If they get a lower grade, I do not lower their grade. They'll keep the higher grade. But if they get a higher grade, but they're still not satisfied with that grade, they can take that test as many times as they want to until the end of the quarter, because the end of the quarter cuts off the grades and we start all fresh, a blank slate for the second quarter. So this is every single quarter that we do this. Science is a little different. Students are allowed to do fix and return tests. If a student is unhappy with a science quiz or test, they have an opportunity to increase their grade. Students will be allowed to take home the test, fix it, and return it the next day. Because they take this test home to fix it, and they are allowed to use their science book and workbook, they will put the page number of where the correct answer was found, and it will receive a half point for each corrected one.
For English curriculum and standards, we cover a lot in 6th grade. How to conduct research, checking validity of sources, citing text evidence, argumentative essays, and how to support your claim when writing one, grammar and language conventions, use of technology, analyzing multiple sources of information, creating a thesis statement and a claim, evaluate author's arguments and author's purpose, and using context clues as well as Greek and Latin roots to discover new words. So English tests will be given on focus standards and skills after we complete our studies of them. Grades will be posted to Aries. Retakes are given before or after school as needed. Retake request form must be completed before a retest will be scheduled. The kids already understand what that is. They just need to see me if they have any questions. or if they need help studying before they retake that test, I'm always willing to meet with them and help them and guide them on what they need to improve in order to do well on that test. History, we focus on learning about early man and the first great civilizations. We study written languages, religion, government, social structure, technology, art, food supply. We focus on early hominids and early man and look at early civilizations like Mesopotamia, Egypt, China, Greece, and Rome. Tests are given after each chapter in history, and students may use their interactive notebook or any other notes that they have taken. Retakes will also be given before or after school as needed. So my English and history grades align with that of math and science. 90% of the grade is assessments, which could be tests, quizzes, or projects. The other 10% is classwork and homework. And again, following the ABCD grade with 100 to 90 being that A, 89 to 80 being a B, and so on.
Okay, so usually every year we go on a trip to the Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum in San Jose. But this one is to be determined, but because of, obviously because of COVID. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to do this year. We usually do it in late winter, early spring. So usually when we get back from Christmas break. So we'll see how that goes if we get to go this year. I hope we do.
Core enrichment, which is our 7th period class. So I teach English intervention. Ms. Petersen will teach math intervention. And then we do switch classes every quarter.
And then last but not least, iReady. This is where students, we will have 40 minutes a week on iReady for both English and math on different days. It would be a good idea for all students to bring earbuds or earphones. Now, these are to be determined because we haven't gotten all our devices yet back yet. So we'll remind the students to bring their earbuds or earphones once we get started on our iReady days. Thank you for watching this. Remember that we're going to have our Q&A session from 6:30 to 7:30. Just click on the link. Mr. Hooke and I will be together. Have a good day.
Thank you.